This is Joshua Hightower.
Welcome to Knife Reviews. I'm your host, Joshua Hightower. This is my partner, Evan Hightower.
Hi.
Hi. What's up? We're doing a knife from... Hold on. No. We're doing a knife today from William Collins. It is the butcher knife. We want to say thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. We are going to be doing a giveaway for our 200th subscription to YouTube. It's one of my custom-made deer antler ferro rods. So this is the William Collins knife. It is the butcher style blade. It is a high blended saber grind. It is a 5/32 inch thick blade. It's 01 tool steel. It has a glow-in-the-dark kyanite handle, and this thing is really cool. If you leave it in the sun or under a lamp or something for a couple hours, as soon as it gets dark outside, this thing glows a really bright green. It's really, really cool. And kyanite is quickly becoming my favorite knife handle material. It's incredibly strong. I think it's more durable than micarta. I have it on 4 different knives, and I've beat the snot out of it. So it does very, very good job. And you can get so many color combinations out of it. It's really cool. It does have black linen micarta liners. The blade itself is 4 3/4 inches long. It has a hair under 5-inch handle and an overall length of about 10 1/4 inches. And if you add that up, the extra length that we're seeing is this extended or protruding tang. And I asked him just to extend it a little bit longer than normal so that you can use that as a scraper if you wanted to. It's a very nice ergonomically designed handle. It's a little bit thicker through the palm, but that seems to give you a really good handle on it and keeps it from developing hot spots. So I do like that quite a bit. Obviously, it's got a unique style or geometry of the blade, but it's got the very distinct butcher style tip on it. So we're going to give that a go and see how it does. Okay. This does come with a very high quality custom made sheath with it. He does a very good job. Very thick dangler. It's pretty thick, high quality leather. And I don't normally go into the sheaths, but he did a very good job with this sheath. So if you end up getting this knife, I think you'll be very happy with it. Now, what I do want to point out is this comes in at a very good price range. This was $160. And for $160, the initial value of it is very, very good. I'm very impressed with the fit and finish on it, and especially for this value of a knife. As with all of our Bushcraft knives, we'll go through 6 categories: chopping and batoning. We'll go to feather sticking, then cutting, spine scraping, ferro rod usage, and then the last part that we'll do is fit and finish, how it feels, how I like it in that sort of genre. So that chops really, really well. You can tell once you start using it, even though from a distance it probably looks like a flat grind, once you start using it, you can absolutely feel that very high blended saber grind on it, and it chops with a lot of force and ferocity. And with that thick handle, and it's ergonomically designed so you can get a really nice grip on it. You can choke back on it to allow you to get a good chopping motion on it. very impressed with how it chops. So it's batoning really well. I wanted to stop right here and point something out. This is actually the second knife that I got from Million Columns. The first one I got was a full flat grind, and I was doing the test, and at this point when I started doing the batoning, there was a fold crack into it. I was actually going through this piece that I just batoned with this knife, and it created like an S in it and cracked it right into it. So I immediately took pictures of it right here, sent it to William Collins. He said send it back to me immediately. As soon as I sent it back, he made a brand new knife. That one was out of 1095. He made this one out of 01, but he sent it back. I would guess probably within a week of when he got it, a brand new knife was made for me. And what I'd like to point out about it is that his customer service is on top of at anybody else's customer service I've ever met. He called me to get specifics about it, to see, you know, what he could have done better, what happened. We figured that something maybe went wrong with either the heat treat or the temper. Something was off, obviously. He's had probably 3 knives out of the thousands that he's made fail like that, or in some way not exactly like that, but every single one he's replaced immediately with no questions asked. I mean, outside of, you know, oh, how did that happen? Well, what can I do to make it better, kind of thing. Very, very impressed. I would absolutely recommend him on his customer service. So chopping and batoning, it has very good balance, so it creates a really good heavy chop and a very solid baton. We're going to give this a 9 out of 10 overall score on chopping and batoning.
If you don't touch
It has a really nice grip that allows you to choke up on it, and it has so many sweet spots on it. I would say at least 3 good sweet spots that you can use for carving, intricate detail cutting, and absolutely for feather sticking. For feather sticking, we're going to give this a 9 out of a 10 overall in feather sticking. Obviously able to cut a really nice spindle for a bow drill. The next test that we like to do for cutting is taking 30 straps of Gorilla Tape and seeing how it does. Shoo! Just slicing right through this Gorilla Tape like it's nothing. It's making clean cuts. Very impressive with that. Make some really nice clean cuts through it, and I'm wet. And now we also want to be able to a little bit peel an apple after we've done all that cutting with wood and plastic.
Well, I want to do that.
Slices right through that apple like it's nothing. So for cutting, we're going to give this a 9 out of a 10 on cutting. I know it's getting dark and we're fighting the light, but I just want to show you. It does a pretty decent job with spine scraping. It'll get the job done. You can feel it, that it's got a pretty decent spine on it. But for my taste, I need to sharpen it up a little bit. So for spine scraping, we're going to give that an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
It's doing okay. We'll see if we can get a little bit of
9 out of 10.
our cedar bark.
Careful.
So, for ferro rod usage, I did have a little bit of trouble, and I think it's because the spine needs to be sharpened up a little bit, which you can fix, but this is right out of the box how it does. So, ferro rod usage, we're going to give this a 6 out of 10 on ferro rod usage. So, you get a handmade custom knife, great Curanite scales, a good butcher blade for 160 bucks. It fits into the hand perfectly. It's like it was made for my hand, specifically for my hand. You can hold on to it and it feels like it's gonna stay there. It feels like a good solid car door, you know, just closing real tight. It feels like good American muscle. That's actually what I might call this thing. I might call it the American muscle knife. That's what it feels like. It feels big and strong and solid. It has good, but not great balance. It is a little bit back end heavy, but it has a really nice blade design that compensates for that. So I'm not going to knock it off too bad for that. It has a really nice scraper on the bottom of the protruding tang. The handle is great. The blade geometry is really decent. Just needs a little bit of a touch up on the spine. And the grind works really, really well. I'm surprised at how well the saber grind work. So, for fit and finish, I'm going to give this an 8 out of a 10 overall on fit and finish. So for Evan and myself, I just wanted to say thank you. Say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching our channel. I know it's really dark. I apologize. It was so hot we couldn't get out. And we've been waiting for so long. We just said, you know what? We're just going to go do it and get it done. William Collins, I really appreciate you making this knife for me. It's a great knife. I'm impressed with it. I think in the price range, it's going to be hard to beat. For a custom-made knife, very, very hard to beat in that price range. If you'd like to follow us on Facebook and YouTube, yep, we are at Knife Reviews on both Facebook and YouTube. Our email address is knives@knifereviews.us. Please go subscribe, like, comment, share. And once again, once we get to 200 subscriptions on YouTube, we're going to give away one of my custom 1/2" by 6" ferro rods. Once again, thank you very much. Knife Reviews on Facebook and YouTube. For Evan and myself, thank you very much. Stay safe and God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye.